What is human rights? Human rights Human rights are standards that recognize and protect the dignity of all humans beings. Human rights govern how individual human beings live in society and which other as well their relationship with the state and the obligations that the state have towards them. Once the review of domestic legal system, not international issue, modern conception originates in Europe. Human rights for educations. First generation's right is liberty, the second is equality, the third rights is the solidarity, with connected to the personal and society values educations, intercultural anti-racist educations, and peace education with the environmental educations, development educations, global educations, citizenship educations, and law-related educations. The three types of the rights: claim rights, liberty rights, and immunity rights. Which entails responsibilities, duties, or obligations on their parties regarding the right holder. And the liberty rights is the right of all persons to freedom of their person, freedom of movement, and freedom from arbitrary detentions by others. Immunity rights is freedom from legal obligations to perform actions or suffer penalties, as is the immunity from the persecutions. Liberal Western account of human rights. Human possess rights to life, liberty, and the secure possessions of property, the exercise of freedom of speech, and these rights are inalienable of unconditional. Primary functions of government is to protect these rights. Political institutions are to judge on their performance of these functions. There are three types of rights. There are critic, to rigid, to western, and to haven't work. Human rights NGO is a Human Rights Watch. Criminal prosecutions, Nuremberg trials, International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, International Criminal Tribunal of Rwanda, International Criminal Court. Intergovernmental organizations is UN Human Rights Council, UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, UNCHR. Human rights, international law, International Bill of Human Rights, Universal Declarations of Rights, International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights, International Covenant in Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. Case study of Armenians 1915. Human rights judgments are legal, political, and social, and they have power, intersects, information, informs considerations regarding R2P and the humanitarian interventions, large-scale human rights violations, crimes, and humanity, where deaths are Armenian under Oton ruled. Human rights judgment of legal, politics, and social, and they have power, intersect of the information considerations regarding R2P and the humanitarian interventions. Large-scale human rights violations, crime against humanitarian intervention, which ditch of Armenians under Ottoman rules, genocides. Historians estimate wildly, with the sum indicating is 1.5 million ethnic Armenians died in 1915. Of the roughly 2 million Armenians living in the country in 1914, 90% were gone by 1918. 30,000 of Turks and Armenians were killed in the WW1 as the Ottoman Empire rights Russians over Eastern Italian Armenians who died were fighting in Russians. The Armenian diaspora is trying to instill hatred against Turkey through the worldwide campaign of the genocides claim ahead of the centennial anniversary of 1915. If we examine what other nations have to go through over the past 100 to 150 years, we would find far more suffering than what the Armenian went through Erdogan. U.S. Ambassador Henry Mercedes, 1915, the telegram deportations of excesses against the peaceful Armenians is increasing. It is appears of the campaign of the risk exterminations in the progress under the pretext of the reprisal against of the rebellion. In 1918, when the Turkish authorities gave the orders for the deportations, they were merely giving the death warrant to Woolworths. They understood that this will and the inner conversation which they made no particular attempt to the council's facts.